Item 317 is something that I'd like to share with the Commissioners Court to begin perhaps opening up discussions about a social media policy or an update to some of our social media policy. And there's something I'm just going to read to you, something I wanted to share. I think it's pertinent and maybe time for us to begin a conversation. Social media and its pervasiveness have created challenges in both the private and public sector. The crux of the issue is whether or not employers can regulate their employees' use of social media without infringing upon an individual's right to freedom of speech. Last week, Mike Jones, a county employee, made various posts on Facebook page in what appears to be his official capacity as Constable at Precinct 4. His various comments were disturbing on many levels. Among them were comments advocating that individuals flagrantly violate state or federal laws by carrying firearms in designated gun-free zones. Certainly, he is entitled to his personal opinion and has a constitutional right to express those opinions, even if they are ironically antithetical to his position as a law enforcement officer and the oath he swore to uphold the laws of the United States and of this state. However, in light of the fact that Constable Jones poses with an Ellis County-owned vehicle bearing the county seal in the background, I believe it's important to state that Constable Jones's remarks do not reflect the views of Ellis County as a whole or of this body. In various photos, Constable Jones is sporting an Under Armour shirt with Constable written in large letters across the chest and wearing the badge. As the chief elected official of this county and the presiding officer of the Commissioners Court, I would not want the public to misconstrue the use of county identifiers as the county's endorsement of Constable Jones's views. The constable has stated that he is, quote unquote, an elected official and is therefore not accountable to anyone at the county level. I found that statement to be disturbing as well. While it's true that this body has no real authority to compel an elected official to do something or to refrain from doing something, all of us elected officials are also county employees, and as such, I believe we should respect our county personnel policies. One of those policies states that the county email is not intended for non-county business. In one of Jones's Facebook exchanges, the constable offers to fund some individual's CHL class and tells the person to contact him with a story. He then gives out his county email address. The county is not in the business of funding CHL classes, and this is clearly outside the scope of constable duties, which are primarily to bailiff the justices of the peace court and to serve papers. Perhaps he should have offered his personal email or phone number. This incident has given rise to questions about social media usage. Do we need to explore refining our policy regarding the following: county usage versus personal usage? What about using county property, computers, cell phones to post personal content? What constitutes excessive usage during county business hours, as many of Jones's posts were made during the workday? What about unauthorized postings and photos that potentially compromise evidence in a civil or criminal case? Do we need to ask our elected officials who blur the distinction between county and personal business and county information and campaign rhetoric to place a courtesy disclaimer on their pages that the views they espouse in their official capacity do not necessarily reflect the views of Ellis County nor constitute an endorsement? These are some of the topics that should be addressed because evidently I don't believe that common sense always prevails. We do have the personnel policy, which talks about different usage. And I just believe with social media being what it is, it becomes, it can be a great tool, and it can be a hindrance too. And I think that as we evaluate policies for departments and all and our employees, that we all recognize that, elected or not, we are employees of the county, and we should be held to the same standard and use a level of responsibility when utilizing social media. I know there's nothing to solve today, but I did want to open this up to get you started thinking about it. I think with the way things are now, that the time is appropriate to begin reflecting on the county's policy.